Hello everyone, I want to give you guys an update on the frames and receivers case. Okay, so the frames and receivers case is currently being heard in front of the Supreme Court, and there's a really interesting point that was made that I want to share with you guys. Now, the place where I get my information from is from a constitutional scholar called Mark Smith. He's got a channel called the Four Boxes Diner, and that's the channel where I think you guys should like be subscribed to, and getting the details. Right, that's the guy. He's a constitutional scholar. This guy talks in front of the Federalist Society. So this is somebody that like lawyers and judges listen to. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to give you guys a summary because I think it's really interesting. So, the case right now in front of the Supreme Court is regarding these Polymer 80 frames, these 80% frames, okay, which is basically a piece of plastic that you have to finish in order for this to become a firearm. And the ATF position on this has, since I think 2022, has been, they changed their position so that they declared that this piece of plastic is a firearm. Okay, and the argument that they have is that because it is readily convertible. Okay, meaning that you just gotta clip a couple of things, drill a few holes, and add some parts, and you can make this a firearm. Okay, so a great argument that I heard to basically tear down this logic and basically say that this is completely not workable in our modern society is the ATF also has a position that if you drill a third hole into your AR-15 or even just dimple it, you have turned this into a machine gun. Just by drilling one hole, okay? You don't have to add any parts. Just by drilling one hole, you have turned this into a machine gun, okay? So the issue here is that if the ATF position is allowed to stand, that just by owning this piece of plastic, where you can drill a whole bunch of holes, right, and turn this into a firearm, just by this having the potential to become a firearm, because the ATF is saying that if something has the potential to become a firearm, it is a firearm. Okay, so I mean, by that standard, they could just argue that an aluminum block can potentially become an AR-15, or just a molten piece of plastic can potentially become a firearm frame. But that's the position that they're taking, okay? And they've taken this position, so they're stuck with it, and they have to defend it, okay? So the weakness of this position, the weakness of taking the position that the potential of something to become something else makes it that thing, right? The potential for this piece of plastic to become a firearm makes it a firearm, okay? Is not workable, not logical, because there are like somewhere between 20 and 50 million AR-15s throughout the United States, and in any one of them, you can basically just take your home drill and find the right position here and drill a hole. And the ATF position on that is that by drilling a hole, you have made this a machine gun. So, given that this has the potential to become a machine gun by drilling the third hole, what the ATF is saying, if the position on the frames and receivers is allowed to stand, all right, then the next step, it would follow that the potential for this to become a machine gun makes it a machine gun, and we are all felons simply by possessing AR-15. Okay, so this is something that the justices seem. This is something that they were really interested in, right? Because if this is something merely by having the potential to become that, then this is something else merely by having the potential to become that. Okay, so really interesting case. I definitely recommend that you guys go over to the Four Boxes Diner and subscribe and follow him, because you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. Okay, I hate being clickbait by a lot of channels that kind of act like they know legal stuff, and it just annoys me, and I just don't listen to them. Right? If there's any channel out there that the person is not actually a lawyer, and they're talking about legal stuff, it's like I really don't want to hear it from them. I'd rather go to an actual source. And when we're talking Supreme Court stuff, I don't want to go to just any lawyer. I want to go to a constitutional lawyer, somebody that's actually an expert on that stuff. So the purpose of this video is to get you guys over to that channel so you guys can learn the details. You can hear it directly from Mark Smith. Okay, great channel. Now, people will sometimes email me, ask me, like, what's the current status of things? Is it legal to have braced pistols now? And I'll give them my opinion, but I will tell them that, listen, right now, from what I understand, from what I've been told, the pistol brace injunction is still in effect. But I tell people, don't take my word for it. You need to get that answer from a lawyer and get it in writing. Okay, now lawyers don't have to be expensive. The one that I use, the one that told me that I'm still covered by the injunction, the one that told me that I can still carry my Polymer 80 pistol that I built myself, is US Lawshield. Okay, I got them to give me that answer in writing through an email. Okay, it's only $11 per month. So it's a really good way to get an answer that you can rely on. And then with this promo code here, Pocono Shooting, right? So you have to sign up through the website, uslawshield.com. You enter you put your state in, and then you enter this promo code. And then depending on your state, you get either 1 month off, 2 months off, or $20 off. And like I said, it's only $11 per month. So that is the place to get legal answers that you can rely on. Because let's say, even if you go to this guy Mark Smith, right, who I have a lot of respect for, and he gives you an answer, right, that's not something that you can rely on because you're not his client, you're not paying him. So the paying part, right, which establishes that client relationship, is an important thing when it comes to legal defense. Okay, you have to be able to say that lawyer over there is my lawyer. I pay him to give me legal advice. It doesn't matter if you're paying him $10 or $1 or whatever. You have to be paying him something, a penny. He has to be getting paid so that it is a professional service, right? And then you can rely on that. So that's why I use US Lawshield. It's just somebody that I run all my questions through, and I get an answer from a lawyer that I pay, and that means I can rely on. Okay, so drop some comments below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you all soon.